Good evening, everybody. We are officially live for the Asia session. Let's go. Anyway, so what are we looking at here, ladies and gentlemen? We just opened up the Asia session. Gotta do a quick mic test. I don't know if you guys have seen the video of the guy. He's like, "This is a mic test." I can't know that, no. So I'm not gonna sing that, okay? No, I don't wanna show you my beautiful voice if you're wondering, but quick mic test. Looks like the camera's not working. Hold on, fellas. Right, we are back. Jeez, man. Stupid camera, dude. It always freezes on me. I gotta get, and it's not really my camera, to be honest. It's just my Wi-Fi that has booty cheeks. That's all it is. So, yeah. Either way, um, oh, don't believe that P&L. It hasn't updated yet. I don't know why it's showing negative 175 P&L because that is not true. I don't think it has just refreshed yet, but I did make money on this account. For this one, I am up to $1,100.85. And then on the other one, I am took a payout, 1,100 payout. Any $1,100 payout should be hitting my bank tomorrow. So I reset it. I just hit a $200 on both accounts today. I blew one eval. Shame, but yeah, so I have two funded accounts right now, and I have one evaluation that I'm working on passing. I did have an account that I think I mentioned it on my last stream where I had more than 5 days. Blew that account like a moron because I got greedy. I was up. I was so focused on, hey, let me just pass it very quick. And you know how that goes. So, right now, looking at Asia session, we're not getting much movement here, to be honest. I don't know if the market is just stalled. Yeah. But let's look at the market. What are we looking at here? I have here the NASDAQ. Let's bump up to the 15 minutes. As you can tell, today was pretty ugly. Took about 3 trades. Couple of trades. Am I proud of it? No. But you know what? I'm going to trade the way I trade. Because I want to say one thing, and I'm always going to say this. Everybody gets so caught up on a strategy and the noise around them that they become very, very focused on just being right. And when you're in that position, when you would rather lose money and be right, is a very dangerous spot to be. Because who cares how someone trades? At the end of the day, what matters, or what should matter to you, is that this stream is only for entertainment purposes only, not financial advice. 90% of day traders lose money, so trade at your own risk. Do not follow any of my trades. There we go. But what should really matter to you is just making money. At the end of the day, and it can be very, very hard. I find it pretty hard sometimes too, just to take like a very small green day, like $1. But usually, if you're up around $1 or $2, it is a sign that you've made a comeback and you about blew your account. So I just wanted to give you that's usually what happens. We all experience the same thing. We don't differ too much from each other. But you just need to tune out the noise around you. Like, stop being so focused on what others are doing. And yeah, does it suck that other people are making more money than you? But also, they have a higher risk tolerance and they have, more experience under their belt than you do. So stop comparing yourself to where they're at. Just focus on getting your system set up, getting your psychological head set up, how your mindset, and then just focus on making money at the end of the day, right? And when I say make money, I know I made a video about setting money goals. It's different. When you set a money goal, that's when it becomes dangerous because you want to hit that amount. And if you don't hit that target, it doesn't matter if you're a dollar or a penny away, you will try to push yourself above that. And if you take a loss, that's where you kind of tilt. So just focus on yourself and make money. Because at the end of the day, I'm gonna keep saying this, is that you are a day trader because you want to make money, right? We as day traders are not like noble at all. We are just sitting in front of a screen trying to make money. Now, if you're trying to make money, support your family, that is a noble act. But as a day trader, as day traders, we don't provide any value to society really, unless you're teaching someone how to day trade, then maybe you are. But the act of just day trading itself, not really a not really a noble act. And I don't care how you say it. But anyway, looking at the market here, I will pull up ES and show you what I am looking at, so you know that I'm not just talking out of my tail end. ES is kind of moving up. Obviously, this is the 15-minute chart, so let me pump this down to the 5, kind of match up a little bit more. I don't want to change this because I have to change it back to 3-minute, and they don't have one that's automatically 3-minute. It's just 1, 5, 15, 30. So yeah, right now market sold pretty hard this morning. It went up and then it sold, tanked. So this is what I'm looking at ES. ES is at the top, and NASDAQ is also kind of at the top of the range too for the breakout. If it does break out, you obviously have the highs up here, but right now, Asia session, that could take all night, or the whole Asia session, kind of bleed into London as well for it to happen, but um, right now, if I don't really see an opportunity, I mean, there's not much of an opportunity. Usually whenever I trade Asia session, I'm either full porting my evals, or if I'm trading my funded, I usually try to stick pretty light and just get small profits. Because realistically, the way I trade right now, I mean, we're moving about, not bad. If I can score 10 points, that would be where I would want to be. That's all I needed. I took one trade on my, I guess, one of my funded, made $200. It was 10 points, one contract, one mini. And I was like, I'm done. Traded my other one, kind of went down, to be honest, almost full ported. I almost went full tilt, but I made a comeback, down $1,000. I am not proud to admit it, but that's just how it goes. It's just what it is. Made my money there, and just slowly grinding my way back up. Honestly, I did make $200 on the other account that I am above the threshold. So luckily, if I wanted to do it, I could take a $160 payout tomorrow, but I'm gonna just go ahead and build that back up. Luckily, I do have a second funded account, so it would be nice. I'm trying to stack up to 5 accounts and just be able to take those 5 accounts, hold those 5 accounts as well, not blow them. Hold them and keep trading them until, I can get enough money stacked up to walk away from the job, if y'all know what I mean. Good old job, but that's what the plan is right now on this funded account. Not a bad move, man. I wonder, a lot of a thought process here right now. I'm just kind of thinking out loud: is this a fake out, or is this, a true breakout? NASDAQ is looking pretty solid. As always, if you haven't popped into the stream before, whenever I turn this way, I'm looking at ES, and I like to see the two ES and NASDAQ move in congruence, just to have better confirmation, That's just mean, you don't have to share the way I do. Oh, Rufio! Haven't seen in a while, dude. So, I'm a little bit petty, Rufio, with this one. I'll say this much. They're one of the other prop firms that allow you to take a day one payout. I'm not going to mention their name just because, I'm not affiliated with them yet. So, hey, I'm petty. You want that promotion? Let's partner up. Other than that, hey, we cool. I have nothing bad to say. This prop firm that I'm with, I think you might already know what it is. It's It's great. I would say, their rules are very simple and you can take a payout from day one. Absolutely love that. And I've gone on a streak where I was taking literally thousands of dollars, not thousands of, just like $1,000 a day. It was great. But right now, I've kind of calmed down a little bit. Whenever I was doing that, I was putting a lot of unnecessary pressure on myself. Oh, sorry. A lot of unnecessary pressure on myself to get to a payout. The reason why was because I was focused on trying to hit a dollar amount saved up so I could walk away from the job. But you know, things didn't turn out that way. Right now, look at the market. It looks like the market's continuing to go up. We're holding above VWAP, so there's no reason to really go short here. Honestly, it could just continue rocketing up. So if it wants to break out, 25,000 is right in sight. ES is pumping up too. So right now, the bulls are in control currently. Moving on up. I don't know how much of an appetite I have to take a trade during Asia. I've really been trying to control myself here lately. Well, I've been doing pretty good. It also helps too when you get to a payout. You don't want to trade that account until the money's taken out of your account. So that's also another smart way to go about trading. Is if you have money locked in, guaranteed, don't be a moron. You know, trade it away. Wait until the money's taken out, and then trade it. If you want to full port, you do you. Ooh. Yeah, absolutely. I am in agreement with you, Raphael. And like the mental block of like not having it's kind of ironic the way it works too is because when you have the ability or I guess the capability to take day one payouts, you actually are less likely to take a payout because you're like, oh, I'm already at a threshold where I can take a payout. Let me just try to stack up on mine, stack up the cash. Versus I've had the exact same experience on Apex as well. Whenever I did trade with them, like having to worry about, oh, I gotta trade 8 days, 8 days, it kind of does something to you. It's not bad, everybody, to each their own if you can trade. And honestly, I just wish this platform, if you can get to up to 20 funded accounts, that would be absolutely amazing. But anyways, not to really go off topic, yeah, that 8 days having with that mental block, I've experienced that as well too. And I absolutely, I don't like it, but sometimes some things kind of help you build discipline. But also, like I said, on the reverse side, with this prop firm, I've gotten to the point where I'm like, oh, I can probably take a $500, but I'm like, man, you know what? Let me just keep stacking up the cash and try to build it. And if anybody's wondering if they have just tuned in, this $175 is not a loss. This is inaccurate. I don't know where that's come from. I have not taken a single trade. Like my trades are here on this account. This is from earlier this morning from the New York session. We are now in the Asia. So, I ain't take a trade yet. Just being honest. Pullback. I wonder if this is going to be a minor pullback. Oh, it's not minor pullback, but a pullback to where it can go up. I mean, if you take 10 points, so let me do this. These are, this is usually my bracket. So 41 take profit with a 50 stop loss. And you might be wondering, well, that's a little bit stupid. You have a negative R&R. Hey, it works for me. Scalping has paid off, you know. Oh yeah, huh? That's true. Hey, no need. Honestly, I've. It's funny how we all have the same experiences. I actually trade on my phone too. I'm on my computer now because I'm working from home today. But normally, I'm just like you, dude. Like I trade on my phone. And honestly, sometimes even when I'm at home, I just tend to trade on my phone too. It's so easy, but not having the ability to copy trade on your phone definitely does suck. Especially if you can, trade like, like I'm not trying to spend all day trading. I want to take one trade. I want to be done quick, right? I want to be done with the first 15 minutes so I can enjoy the rest of my day. You know what I mean? I'm so just glad this prop firm has a trade evade, because I know that a lot of some others have gone away, but I know trade evade's supposed to actually be revamping their I guess platform to be more prop firm friendly. I guess more prop friendly would be the correct term, but doing that, I wonder if they're gonna add the capability to copy trade on your phone, because that would be nice. You know, definitely being able to copy trade would be nice, and not just that too, but they need to fix the freaking brackets for copy trading, because you can't trade brackets like with copy trading. Now you can set take profit and stop losses, and that would, you know, do it for the same for all of the other accounts. It becomes universal, but I don't like entering a trade on a funded account normally without a take profit and stop loss. And the only times I do it is if I'm going on full tilt. I'm being honest, and I'm just full porting. But other than that, I want to have my take profits. So as soon as I enter, because the market, I love it when it whips. I set my target profits to be like pretty small to where it almost automatically goes to my take profit. Yeah, exactly, dude. Yeah, for real. Brag orders, and I hope they do that. Like, I hope they hear our pleas and they're like, hey, let's do it. Let's freaking add the brackets for all accounts. But right now, it's also one reason why I am kind of okay not being able to copy trade on my phone too. Because I'm like, man, like I don't want to enter a trade and automatically lose all of it. I want to control it, control my loss. Oh, here we go. We are dumping. Getting used to dump two as well. So we're coming back to VWAP. Is it gonna hold VWAP and bounce back up? Maybe retest highs a little bit and then dump down? We don't know. You never ever know. But right now, not getting much. The movement price action is not that bad. I mean, I guess this is what is kind of normal at this point. Like the first 30 minutes of New York Open is pretty volatile for the most part, and then after that, it kind of becomes like this for the afternoon session, which I can deal with because normally you would just be able to size up a little bit, but at the same time, it just sucks. Like I just hate streaming. Like not streaming. I just hate trading in the slow session because it takes forever, and sometimes your fills do not get filled. It just sucks. I took a trade. Sorry, I'm tired, y'all. I hit the gym early this morning, but I just lost my train of thought. What was I saying? What was I saying? Eh, I guess I'll come back later, but either way, looking like a bull flag is forming here. Oh, I remember now. Getting filled. Actually, I took a trade and I only got filled in one contract out of the five. I'm like, are you serious? Like, I understand this is not a like live account, but come on, like, yeah, you're gonna fill me one contract. Like, you gotta be insane. Yeah, I mean, the morning session has been actually this week. Volatility has been good this week. I would say last week. Oh, don't even get me started on last week. I was like watching paint dry. Minis. I normally stick to like one. The max I'll go is two minis, and then well, I say max. The max I'll go is five if I'm full porting and I'm full tilting. But normally I just trade one mini. But there's nothing wrong with micros at all either. Oh, my camera froze. Sorry, y'all. Hold on. Looking at a weird position of me. Ugh, ugly. Anyways, yeah, on the micros, like trading micros, dude, there's nothing wrong with it. And I kind of said earlier at the beginning of the stream, it doesn't matter how you trade or how you do it. What matters as a day trader the most is you just being profitable at the end of the day and making money realistically. If you're making money and you're losing very little money and you're not blowing up accounts left and right, hey, that's what matters. It doesn't matter what your strategy is. You can trade, maybe you're a gambler. I'm not saying you should do it, right? Like I said, this stream is just for entertainment, right? Nothing that I'm saying is for financial advice, but let's say you gamble and you make money, which you shouldn't be gambling, but maybe you just have a strategy where you're like, I'm gonna flip a coin. And if it's on heads, I'm gonna go long. Or that, I guess that's technically still gambling, but let's just say you're a scalper, right? I've scalped and I've done swing kind of trading. Like I've done it all. But I realized that after, going through all of that, my strategy hasn't really differed. It's just like take profit levels, I guess. At the end of the day, what matters is just that I come out on top and I make money. Because if I'm making money and I'm not losing money, I'm a happy man. I absolutely, you know, hate losing money, which sometimes I think we all do. We all hate losing money. And if you lose money, you know how that goes. Kind of start to go a little bit on full tilt, which is not good. Shouldn't be doing that. But look back at the chart. We're holding a we're holding above VWAP. This is what the blue line is. Kind of forming the bull flag. But this Asia session has moved pretty good, actually. Like, surprisingly, for an Asia session, I mean, we're moving like 20 points. That's not bad. That's really, really good for Asia. Normally, it takes like 20 minutes to go 5 points, and you're like, man, is it even worth it? But we'll just kind of play out. I do need to get some more evaluation accounts. I want to max out the 5-2. Absolutely, Rafael. I agree. I've kind of gotten okay with it, to be honest, but it does suck, right? Because in theory, in order for me to make my $1,000 payouts, realistically, we do the math. I think I have to make like 13, yeah, roughly around above $1,300. I've done it for 5 days straight. I actually had the video posted too. If anybody thinks that, I'm just talking out my rear end. The proof is in the pudding. I've done it, but yeah, it definitely sucks because you're like, man, like that $260. It's it's not just $260. Like it adds up. Definitely sucks. But on the reverse side too is I would love to go live, but once you do go live, there's the fee, right? Because now you would be considered a professional trader, which I am not a professional trader. Just so everybody knows, I am an amateur trader. I am not a professional by any means. But once you do move over that 5,000 point, it's not bad. I mean, it's like $120 a month, and they can take it out of your account. So it really doesn't matter. But I'm kind of stingy, like I don't want to pay that fee monthly. Yeah, it would just be like 90%, that I get to keep. But you know how trading goes. It's not always consistent. Well, it can be if you can control your emotions, but I am not that great at controlling my emotions yet. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't perfect at all. But that's also I guess good and bad. But maybe once I get to 5 and I keep building up, stacking up the cash, it may be worth it. If you have proven that you can just control your emotions and really trade, like it's not bad. But for right now, like if I'm just being completely honest, I'm not at that point yet where sorry guys, there's a fly. Um Not at that point yet where I can just take money out whenever I want or be able to control myself fully. It's tough, man. Trading is mentally like very tough, you know. Exactly. That too. And I'm like, oh, don't even bring up tax reveal, man. I freaking taxation is theft. It doesn't matter what you believe in or what side you fall in, you know. Taxes suck. It sucks even worse when you make a lot of money too. You know, and you think like, oh, like taxes suck at being at a lower income bracket. Try making a lot of money. All that money, I know that here in the US, I think we go up to like 32, 35 or something percent. But I know Canada, I think, I don't know the full tax thing, right? But from what I've heard is, you know, it's upwards of 50%. And imagine, dude, like you make $1 million, you did not make $1 million. Now, $500,000 still isn't bad, but a lot of people, you know, don't comprehend the fact that I worked my tail end off. Let's say theoretically, I worked my tail end off, you know, to make $1 million, and somebody gets just to keep a, you know, a cut of that, and they didn't do anything. It's like it just sucks. It's one of those things. But you know, there's obviously the tax codes and whatnot. I'm not a tax expert, nor am I a tax advisor, so I'm not gonna go into any of that because I don't know any. I don't know any at all. Would you say that as of yet? But I mean, you know, you one thing is you can write off expenses. I do know that much. But you know, kind of making also reason why you know I'm kind of okay with just stacking up my accounts. Obviously, I took a payout um yesterday, I guess, well, a couple days ago, and they just approved it. So I'll be getting another payout for this month of $1,100. But like, I just want to hit big, and if I can get 5 accounts, I'd probably you know get above that threshold of you know the $2,000 and maybe even get above 5,000. I would definitely be okay with just trading that, holding it through the rest of the year, and come New Year's, take a payout. You know, for tax purposes, right? Looks like we are holding here. So yeah, it looks like it's a bull flag playing out. Don't really know how I feel about it. If I want to take a trade, I mean, it isn't my setup. Everything's screaming at me right now to take it, but there's also the other voice of like, I don't want to trade it because I don't want to take a loss. It's Asia session. It's the Asia session, and I haven't ate dinner yet. I really don't want to take a trade because if I take a loss, I know that I might want to try to get that money back, and I don't want to be like that. You know, the market's moving kind of slow too, so I don't want to just be sitting here being like, go, go. You know what I mean? Yeah, I appreciate it, Rufio. But what about you, dude? I mean, how the how's trading been for you lately? You been killing it? You know, maybe kind of struggling. I was on the struggle bus for a while too. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know, my trip to France and Switzerland, that was a lot of pressure because I was trying to make some money. I did, luckily. I'm thankful. You know, was able to get a couple payouts before I went on my France and Switzerland trip. But how have things been for you? It's like at the market, yeah, we're pumping up. It's starting to break out. Bull flag breakout. Also a bit hesitant because I like to trade at the bottom, try to get that. So if it does break out, if it has a false breakout, it takes might take profit. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Yes, it's saying out too. So the two are moving incongruent, which is which is great. And we're kind of just stalling out now too. Also, one of the reasons why I don't want to trade, just because the market's moving so slow. It's like, ugh, I don't want to. If I'm gonna trade, I want to just be in and out. And I know the 175 is there, but that's not. Don't look at that. That's not true. This is my gross P now. This is the reality. Is that I have not taken a trade yet. Let's go look at what ES is doing over here. Yeah, still holding out. Wouldn't be surprised if we broke out. If y'all want to see a quick picture of me, let me just do this. Boom. There's my background. Y'all can see it. But there's the this is a picture that one of my buddies on this trip that I took, where that I went with, he took this picture. Now it looks close, but he took it at a far distance. But man, that's a cool picture. You gotta keep it as the background pic. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And that's me in the middle too, if you're wondering. Working railroad electrical maintenance. Oh, dude, man, yeah, I can see that. But props to you, dude. Anybody that be in your position, because I look at mine and I'm like, man, I get to work a desk job. I'm very absolutely blessed and thankful for you know my job that I have. But I sometimes think about like, dude, I'm very blessed for my situation because a lot of people like you, Rafael, are out there and you have to do manual labor. So it's like, dude, it's tough sometimes to probably squeeze it in. Hey, I appreciate, yeah, do appreciate on the picture. But yeah, some prop firms, sometimes that's what you got to do. And all prop firms, if you're a great trader, you can make every single prop firm out there work. But I feel like until you get to the stage of like you're an actual good trader, like some prop firms, I wouldn't say are easier, but some prop firms are a little bit easier to trade. It's just the mental aspect of it that really gets you. But dude, that's awesome that you're working as an electric maintenance, but making it happen. And there's nothing wrong with making a few $100s a day because that's what I'm doing right now too. To get to this payout, normally, whenever I get a funded account with this prop firm, I would try to get to the 3,400 right off the bat, right? Like I don't fall port, but like I try to build up to that in the first day so I can get a payout. But with this pass, I've really just been kind of taking it easy, not really been pressuring myself, and honestly, it's felt great. Like it has been like such like a relief of like not having to stress about, oh, I gotta make money. And it's just like, hey, I'm just gonna take a trade and be okay. Like right now, I would say I'm probably averaging $200 a day, which is great. And it's funny too because I look back at it, and whenever I first started trading out, I was like, I would be okay with making $200 a day. And then at some point, whenever I got to the point where I was kind of starting to take payouts, this year has been my best. I'll be honest. I was now getting greedy of like, oh, I gotta make 1,000. I can make $1,000, and I did it. Somehow convinced myself that I could keep doing it, but like that was just putting a lot of unnecessary stress. And now that I'm just making $200 a day, it's great. And just doing a quick math for my situation, the goal is to be able to become a full-time day trader. And with my expenses, I don't live above my means. I live like pretty like well below my means. The way I do everything, and I'm pretty disciplined going to the gym too. So like my grocery haul is not as big as a lot of people. Being a single guy, very blessed. But right now, averaging $200 a day, trading 5 days a week. That's $1,000 a week, which is not bad at all. Obviously, you're not gonna be able to take those $1,000 out. You would only keep 80%, but let's say you trade 2 weeks, that's gonna be 2,000, right? You trade for a whole month. That's 4 weeks. You multiply that by 2,000, you get 8,000. If you did decide to take it at that point, I mean, if you're making this, obviously this is before tax, right? Pre-tax, I don't know what the taxes are out there, but I mean, even if let's just put it at 50%, that this is not financial advice, right? This is just playing around with numbers. You know, you're still left with that much. Like for me, that is very livable, and that's being generous with what could be taken as tax. I'm not 100% sure that's correct, but for me, that would be super livable, and that's just on making $200 a day. And to make $200 a day, especially with futures, it can be very easy. It's not hard. It's just in and out with my 10-point take profits. I just get in with 1 minute, and typically, I don't always win. Okay, but when I do win, it's pretty quick. Like I get in, the market tags me in, and then takes me out, and I'm like, all right, $200 in a minute, I'm out. It's just really been great. Being, having that stress taken off and not aiming, shooting for the moon, right? Sometimes it would be nice, but I mean, like, what do you like? How do you do here, right? This was this morning. What do you hold? This is 5 minutes. You take a gander, you get buy here, and just leave, no take profit, and you just let it run. Like this stuff here is, sometimes it's very hard for me to be able to hold on to trades too. That's something that I definitely want to get better at as well. Exactly, Raphael. That's so true too. And like money trading is funny though. Once you start making money, like I don't think it even has to do with trading, but trading has definitely given me a lot of experience with making money because I would spend like $600 in a week, right? And I'd be like, oh, or spend it in a day, and I don't bat an eye. And it kind of skews like it's not a bad thing. This is not really trading related, but it's like once you start seeing that money, when people are like, oh, you know, I've made this much in a day, and you're like, oh, I can make that quick, and you spent maybe $100 on groceries just for a couple days. You're like, oh, well, I mean, it's just $100. It's not much. Now, I'm not saying I'm a baller, but you know, at some point, money, just making a lot of money kind of skews your perception, your reality of money. But exactly, I'm right there with you, Raphael. When I get greedy, I blew accounts. I got greedy today with an evaluation account, and I blew it. I was well over the 5 days I was required to trade it, and guess what? I got above $2,000, and instead of taking that, I was like, I need to push this closer to 3,000 so I could pass it today, like a freaking moron. And guess what? That account's gone. Well, I guess it was a couple days, well, yesterday, but yeah, it's just sad, man. Being greedy definitely causes a lot of people. Oh, I'm glad I didn't take that long position because look at that. We are taking out. Tough. But either way, you know, going back to trading as well, back in the $200 thing, it's like at my job now, I probably make $200 a day working 8 hours. But in trading, I need to try to reframe my mindset around, yo, I made $200 trading today in about 5 minutes. We'll say that because the way I trade, I'll be in and out, and I'm happy with taking $200. Like I just made my daily salary easily in a few minutes, and I don't have to trade more than that. Like I could be completely fine. Now the power just comes in scaling that out because I have two funded accounts now that I have payouts too. I've taken multiple payouts, but I have payouts coming out. I should just be focused on building the account up slowly and getting above that threshold because by the time I get 500 accounts, the other accounts would have already been past that threshold too. So it's like now you're just catching up to new ones. And the power of, having multiple accounts is so nice. It's going to take a while to get there. But, Murphy, I'm pretty sure you can relate, just having multiple funded accounts and you just make $200 daily. Even if you just had one account, like there's still power to that, right? As long as you are, I think one thing is that a lot of people just spend too much. They live well, like way above their means. But if you live below your means, there's a chance that you could become a full time trader a lot quicker than you think. But $200 a day, like, shoot, that's not bad at all. On like a 5 second trade, sometimes even. Yeah, exactly. Growing horizontally, limiting your risk, and just stacking up the cash a little bit at a time. Because by the time you know it, it's kind of crazy too. You look at these other traders, and I've really been thinking about this with the multiple accounts because I, if I could just full port and like make money every day on one account, I would just do that. Right. And you see other traders out there too making big money on one account, but there are some traders, I tune into their live stream too. One of them is Alpine Trader. I'll be honest. I watch him. I think Alpine. Yeah. But that guy has multiple accounts, but like all he makes, is $200 a day. Usually, like not even that much, like $200, $300, but it's just spread across all the accounts. Trades by Matt does it too. And by the time they get to payout, me, I would try to make $1,000 each day. But them, they're just making like small profits each day, but it's stacking up over the multiple funded accounts. And by the time it comes to payout, sure, I may have made like $10,000, but they made quadruple that just because they had multiple accounts, but also taking it slow and building up their accounts. So it really has gotten me to the point where I'm trying to reframe my mindset. I'm like, oh, like hey, small profit, that it definitely adds up. At the end of the day, it seems slow, but once you get to the end, you're like, oh crap, like $200 over this X amount of period of time, I've got some money in there. Is it? Oh, because I know that he usually trades the New York Session. Yeah, I mean that guy spent a lot of money, and he just takes his time. Kind of just like easily small profits a day adds up. So I'm really like trying to get to that. Once I get more money, I'm probably gonna spread out on the prop firms as well. I just don't know what other prop firm I want to trade with right now. I could go back to Top Step, but really, mm, one thing I hate is just I hate being limited on my payout ability, like how much I can withdraw. Like it really just sucks. That's one thing why I don't trade with Top Step anymore too. And it's not bad, but it's like 50% you can only withdraw that. So you'd have to make double just to get a money goal. Now I know I just said don't have a money goal, but having to make double every time you want to get a payout really just sucks. Like I'm okay if I only get 80%, which is why I'm okay with this prop firm, taking only 80% because I'm like, well, 80% is quite a bit, and they allow me to do daily payouts. So it's like I'm okay with that. I know the exact amount I need to hit in order to get $1,000 a day, and I can take it out daily versus having to wait 5 days. And let's say that you do make, let's say you hit it big. Let's say you make $20,000. Well, guess what? You can only take out $5,000 from Top Step. So it's like, now I could be wrong. I haven't traded them in a long time, so they could have changed that. But like, I don't like that. I know. I think another one, trade day is probably another one you could take. But for me personally, maybe I just gotta suck it up and stop being a buttercup. But just be patient. Like I said, I just said that I need to be patient, but it would be nice. I think that's definitely one of the goals is try to get multiple funded accounts. Because the power of scaling, like having multiple accounts, is oh so crisp and clean. Being able to trade that because the compound effect really, really, really stacks up. Because I take $1,000 on one account, but who's to say if I take $1,000 across 20 accounts, it's $20,000. French capital, or if that's how you say it. If I'm pronouncing it wrong, I am sorry. That's crazy. 60, I mean, 60 accounts? Yo. Props to them too. Anybody that has a lot of accounts, hats off to you because here's the thing. It is pretty hard to manage a lot of accounts. Actually, I'm looking at him now. It looks like he actually went long. Is he long? What is he trading? M&Q? Hold on. Is his delayed? His stream like NASDAQ is going down, but his show's going up. Maybe I'm not looking. Maybe he is delayed. Am I tweaking? Absolutely. Multiple trading multiple accounts is definitely the way to go. I just gotta get to the point where I can actually be able to. The mindset definitely changes though. I will say for me, like once I realize I'm trading multiple accounts, like it has a shift. It definitely messes with your mind a little bit too. For now, I'm not that point yet. I don't have right now. Very thankful to have 200 accounts. Just want to keep it going. This one's not at the payout threshold yet, but I'm just slowly stacking my cash. Oh, dude, man, he disabled his chat. I want to say something. I'm on his live stream right now too while I'm on my own. Isn't that funny? I should be watching my own stream, but you know what? Oh, this guy is 50. Oh, how many contracts is he trading? This isn't some big money. He shows one, but he's down $500. Huh. Oh, okay. Quotation marks. That would make sense because I'm looking at it, I'm like, the market's going down, brother. I don't know, like, what's going. Oh, it says 24/7 day trading replay. Duh. But oh, that makes sense. I know the tactic behind it because you can make money with his account. He has over 100,000 subscribers, so he's definitely getting paid. So the point of the replays are to get views coming in and watch time to build up on the cash that you can get paid. Holy crap, market's just tanking. I'm glad I didn't take that bull flag. Sometimes you gotta trust your gut. Anyways, yeah. So I mean, you know what? I'm not gonna hate because at the end of the day, it makes some money. You know, like do it. Whatever stacks your cash. As long as you're not doing something that's hurting other people, I think I'm okay with it. Oh, nice. So maybe I gotta tune into them too. I love tuning and watching other live traders trade just to kind of see how they operate. And sometimes, and this is bad, but look in the just watching people chat, like traders chats, like troll them. I think it's very funny. I'm luckily still small, so I don't know if I have any trolls yet, but I just love watching live traders trade, see how they trade, and it helps me like get rid of that feeling of, oh, I have to trade. If I just watch someone else trade, that addiction goes away. And you might be wondering, is there really a trading addiction? Oh, it is very real. Very, very real. After you've been staring at a chart, and if you haven't made your money yet, very, very tempting. But right now, man, I would love to though. One of my goals too is, and like just being honest as well too. I love trading, and I definitely want to keep trading. But at some point, I'm probably gonna walk away. Now, I'm nowhere near there at all. But I would definitely want to make money from YouTube as well. And as a day trader out there, I mean, it's not even just day trader too. Anybody that is wealthy out there will tell you that, hey, like you eventually want to you know, spread your eggs, right? Don't put all your eggs in one basket. And on that note, here's one thing too. A lot of rich people don't really, I guess, it's been said before, but a lot of people don't understand it. When it comes to spreading your eggs, it's everybody, the most richest people that you see, they built their wealth on one category or one business first, and then they spread. So that's what I'm trying to do here is build my capital from trading and then build other ventures as well. Oh, really? Nutty Blue up to 20 accounts? Dang. Nutty is, I watch that guy. You know what? I respect him because that guy sometimes he only takes $2, $3, $10, maybe $100 sometimes. But man, having it for 2 years, that is impressive. I think the longest I've had an account was like 2 weeks. If I remember, like I don't think it was even for the full 2 weeks. But I haven't tuned in that guy's stream in a hot minute. I probably should tune in, see how things are going for him. But I mean, he's made money too. He's made more than me. I'll be honest, dude. And he just takes small profits each day. I mean, blowing up accounts. He'll come back. You know, he's been for someone that has been training long as he has. He's not gonna quit. He'll definitely come back. And the dude's made over 6 figures already this year. So I think he's made over 6 figures. Last time I tuned in, or if not, he was getting there. Either way, right now I would just love to be able to hit that 6 figure mark. I think everybody has goals of that. Definitely, I think I probably should tune in to watch him trade. He's someone else that as you don't want to, as some people, as much as some people hate to admit it, he is a day trader, you know, and I would probably even go further say, he's legit. I mean, he's made money from trading. Like you kind of wonder what makes a trader legit. Is it that their strategy works all the time, or is it that they're taking payouts and they're profitable? I think if you're profitable time over time, that would make you legit. It doesn't matter how you trade. Yeah, some people win on 100 points. I've done that before too. And my biggest trade was over $7,000. And I have that on my YouTube channel. So I'm not just speaking out my tail end on that account. It was with TopStep. Actually, I traded it during the Asia session, held it for like 2 hours. It was the longest trade of my life. Oh man, but took that. That was the biggest trade that I ever took. But like I said, I've done it all, scalped, and right now, the way I trade is I'm just focused on, making money. I don't care if it's pretty or ugly. I've heard this saying before too. Is if you're gonna win, win ugly. It doesn't matter how you win. What matters is that you win. At the end of the day, do whatever it takes. Yeah, yeah. You have a good one too, Rufio, man. I appreciate you tuning in. I'm probably gonna kill the stream here actually very shortly too. Not much is happening. I was thinking about taking the trade up here, but I'm glad I didn't take that full flag. Probably gonna go ahead and call the stream. But as always, Rufio, appreciate you tuning in. Yeah, have a great one. And for any other viewers out there as well, I appreciate you guys tuning in. I am trying to go live more often. I'm currently with my schedule right now. I'm only able to go live today, but I'll probably try to stream more Asia session, try to get some New York as well. But I appreciate y'all tuning in. Other than that, y'all have good trading. Be smart. Don't do anything stupid.